All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Word with Brownlow. And remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we got a very special guest for you. I'll give you a couple of words about my guest. Soulful, thoughtful, truth, versatile, all the way from the saga in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Fame Holiday. What's going on, bro?
Hey, thank you for having me, my brother. I appreciate you.
All right. Look here, man. I just wanted to make sure I got the name of the city where you repping. Okay. All right.
That's right.
Okay. So now that we've moved past the hard part, let's all right. Man, let's talk about this single, Take Me Away. I've heard it. Man, look, as I said before, soulful is one of the words I use to describe, thoughtful, like the things you were saying in it. Like, tell me about the message in the song.
Okay. So for me, like, a lot of people don't know this, but what got me into even making music in the first place was being able to express myself. I was never really someone who liked to talk to people about my feelings about what I got going on or whatnot. Mm-hmm. That just wasn't really my way of coping with things. But writing music and just expressing myself like that always helped me. So this song, Take Me Away, really just was me just trying to get things off my chest on what I was feeling. Just not seeing a lot of justice with all the crimes that are happening and whatnot, and just the same thing over and over again is just very toxic and just draining, you know what I'm saying, especially for our people. So it's just I felt like I had something, I need to say something. I don't look at myself as a political person, but as an artist, I have a platform, and I feel like it's important for me to, say something, especially when I know I have an influence on people. I gotta spread the message. I gotta show people that we need change, you know what I mean? I gotta do my part.
Okay. All right, man. You know what? First of all, that's what's up. Second of all, I'm glad that you're doing this, and as you said, you're an artist, you have a platform, you want to bring social change to everything that's going on, pretty much what you see, in the media, pretty much around you, as well. So I applaud that, and, we need more of that. Let's talk about a little bit where you're from, you're from the other side of Toronto.
That's right, yeah.
All right.
Saga City, Mississauga.
All right. So let's talk about that.
Okay. What do you want to know exactly?
What was life like growing up? That pretty much led to you doing music.
For sure. I was raised by a single mother, so I really just seeing her grind from a very young age and just growing up with her. She really showed me anything is possible. Seeing her being able to provide and put food on the table, and always making sure that I have everything that I needed at the time or whatnot. It really inspired me to yo, I really want to do this music. I got to put my 100% in it, and I can't make any excuses, because my mom had me at 16 years old. And I mean, that's very young. She basically, sacrificed her whole childhood. So I've seen a lot of things growing up, good and bad, but it really molded me into a humble person and just wanting better for not only myself, but for my family. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. And, you put that into your music, man, because as I said before, man, the message in the song, you pretty much hit on everything that you just talked about, so.
Definitely. It's a deep song. It's very personal, but at the same time, I feel like it's very relatable to a lot of people, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
especially colored, you know what I mean?
So that's the key point, you know what I'm saying? Making it relatable. Your experience is your experience, but there are some people out there who can relate to that experience. And man, I hope they all, take to it and vibe to it,
Most definitely.
You said you've been performing how long?
So I've been performing since I was in middle school. But I really started taking it serious in high school. I was going to do the talent shows and all that kind of stuff. I was really involved. Music class, I was into and doing shows.
So when was the moment where you figured okay, I'm doing all this, you know what, man, I gotta go for it? Is there any particular show? Is there a particular moment you could point to and be you know what, this particular moment, man, I got it. I know what's up.
I would say it's between the people. Like I used to live in a complex, so the complex I lived in, there's a lot of older heads who would just like chill on the block and whatnot, and just I would always be eager to spit to them and like show them what I got going on, and having that support and encouragement from them, I was like, okay, like if they're saying it's good, like I must got something, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And then taking it to school now and like rapping to my friends and stuff at recess and having rap battles, it was like seeing the whole school involved and really encouraged me. I was like, I got something, like I got to do this, like people believe in me. So I felt like, you know, kind of like a hero in a sense, like I could really inspire people with this.
So man, talking about like influences, like who are some of your influences and what is it about them that's in some of your music?
So I'll name three. I'll say the first one, Chris Brown, just the way that he's very versatile. You know, he's able to sing, he likes to dance, or he can rap. You know, so he's very versatile within his music, and you kind of never know where it's gonna go, but it always sounds good and very catchy. So I would definitely say Chris Brown has a big influence on my music, especially with the R&B. Another person is Big Sean. Just with the way he's able to like inspire. He can make like club bangers and stuff, but they always have a message behind it. You know, he's very lyrical. I feel like that's definitely something that you're hearing my music, just being able to have a dope song, but also a very good message behind it, where it's like you're not listening to a bunch of garbage. You know what I mean?
Oh, most definitely, man. Most definitely. Yes.
Yeah. And then the third person is I would say Nipsey Hussle, because within his music you can hear like the struggle and just the passion really behind it. You can tell he really lives what he's talking about, and I feel like I kind of get that hunger, that underdog kind of feel with my music, where I know what it feels like to struggle. I know I've been from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? I'm still on the come up, but I know what it feels like. So I just feel like I'm always talking to someone who is trying to get to where they want to be in life. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So, you know, basically you speaking inspiration, but yet at the same time you grinding too. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You get to a place where, you know, hey, you know, that's where I want to be, but let me just take you all for the ride and tell you all what's going on at the same time. I like that. Okay. So those are three very influential, you know, man, great influences to be like, you know, and I can hear that in your music, you know, so man, okay, all right, you pretty much nailed that one. All right. Okay. So like, what's next for you, man? Like, I know you've like done some EPs in the past, you released, you know, music in the past, but you know, you got the single out, man. Like, what's next? You want to add something to that?
For sure. So my goal right now is just really to focus on singles. I feel like for a project, especially with like COVID and everything happening, it's a little bit harder to market a project, because once people hear it, like we can't really, in Canada at least, I know like in the States is a little bit different, but in Canada, we can't really do any shows or anything like that. So when you drop a project, essentially you're supposed to push a project for like 6 months, but there's not really that many tools and different things you could do that. So it's more entertaining, I feel like, for the fans to just get singles until that anticipation is really there for a project. You know what I mean?
Okay. So let me just ask, like, since like, you know, COVID hit, like, how has that affected? I mean, like, I know pretty much for the most part, you know, it's been bad or whatever, but what have been like some creative ways for you to get this music out, and what have you like learned, you know, pretty much about yourself since all this has happened?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely pros and cons with COVID. I feel like the positive side is I really got to get to know more of who I am as an artist and my direction and what I'm trying to go, or where I'm trying to go, and what message I want to have with my music and just growing as an artist. Yeah, it's been a grind. Like I said, ups and downs, but I feel like for 2020, that was like one of my biggest years in terms of like my music being streamed and stuff like that, because I really got to focus on like marketing and, you know, hiring a PR person and just really like understanding the industry outside of just being an artist and what really comes with pushing a record and a release. You know what I mean? So I got to study the game more.
Got you. Okay, so man, speaking of which, like, how can people like, get more Fame Holiday, man? Like, they out here, like, I've heard the single. I know I'm gonna push it on my end, but
Yeah.
how can people get more of Fame Holiday?
I would say definitely follow me on Instagram. I'm very active on that. It's at official Fame Holiday. My YouTube channel, it's Fame Holiday Music. I post like daily vlogs, kind of more of like an inside personal view into my life. If I have a video shoot, I'll make sure I shoot like behind the scenes stuff, like studio sessions. So you really get to see like what it's like to be in my shoes and what I bring to the table as an artist, for sure.
Okay, all right. Now, you know what? Before we ask our last question, I like to ask independent artists this. And you just hit on something, talking about your YouTube channel and behind the scenes and things of that nature. And a lot of people who aren't artists sometimes, for the most part, get things misconstrued when it comes to being an independent artist. So I'm going to ask you, like, what is one thing that you would like to let people know who, basically that they don't really know about being an independent artist? Like, what's the one thing you can like share with people?
Okay. So there's a lot of things I could say, but the one main thing I would say, and I feel like a lot of people sleep on this until they actually like step into that field, is you got to really invest into yourself. Like, you can't be shy when it comes to money, and you got like obviously use your resources, be smart about it, and try to make things work. But you really you have to invest in yourself. You know what I mean? The music, the quality has to be there. You got to make sure you get that song recorded, you mix and master that, you get a cover art that looks professional. You release it, you put some money behind the marketing, and it's very important, because if you don't, like, you're just putting out music for no reason, and people are not going to see it. You know what I'm saying? Marketing is very important. And in the beginning, I wasn't really focused on that. It was more like reaching out to my friends and getting them to post and stuff. But that only goes so far. You know what I mean? You really gotta invest in yourself, and just like any other business, like they invest into themselves, and that's how they grow. You know what I mean? So don't be shy about investing, man. I'll just say that. It's serious.
Look, I'm not saying it. Fame Holiday said it to you.
Yes, sir.
He's an artist. Okay. So, like, man, people, like, if you're going to be out here pushing your brand, whether you're an artist or a business person, whatever, man, it's all about the marketing. Thank you for that nugget, man. That's a nugget.
No problem, man.
And roll on.
For sure.
So, we've come to the very last question.
Oh, man, already? It's crazy.
Already, bro.
I'm having a good time.
Hey, man, that's what Brownlow is about, y'all. It's all about having a good time. All right.
Positive energy.
See, come on now, So, man, I have to ask this question, the question that my show is known for. So I'm going to ask you. Fame Holiday. What is the one word that best describes you and why?
Best describes me. This is tough. But if I had to pick one, I would say probably inspiring. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like for myself, with the people I'm surrounded by and just like what career choices they chose and for what I decided to do for myself, I really kind of went against the odds, I guess. Like, I'm not just doing like the average type of job in a sense. Yeah. Like, I'm taking a chance, you know what I'm saying? My career isn't promised, but I really believe in myself, and I know that I know different artists and stuff like that who are very talented, but they don't believe in themselves enough to really push for themselves. Right. They have reached out to me personally and said, like, like seeing me grind from like middle school to where I am now, it inspires them, and they're now stepping into getting into the studio and taking the steps that they need to move forward in their careers, you know what I mean, and get started. So I feel like being able to inspire them is awesome. And even my family, like, I have brothers and sisters, little brothers and sisters, and they tell me all the time, like, they look up to me. Like, I know it's important to just keep being positive and, you know what I'm saying, showing them like there's good in this, you know what I mean?
Okay, all right, hey man, well look, and that's what it's pretty much all about, and those are some of the words that I said, earlier, man, thoughtful and true, you know, that comes through in the music, that comes through in the personality, that comes through in the person. So,
Definitely.
you know, man, everything you said pretty much, you know, wraps into that. And man, I just thank you for being on the show, man, coming through, talking to us, spreading that positive energy, and man, just letting us into who Fame Holiday is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I appreciate the platform, and you know, even like you said, you started in you were more doing it in LA, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But just seeing you be proactive and you're not letting nothing stop you. You're back in Chicago, but you're still making moves. You're still making sure you have a platform for us upcoming artists and different entrepreneurs. So I feel like it's amazing, and we need people like you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you.
Well, man, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? And look, I mean, man, the best, you know, to you and everything you do. I know it's going to be dope because, man, anything sounding like take me away, I already know, like, okay, this is just what's now, man. I already got the heat back there and it's coming. So
Yeah, definitely.
it's cool. It's
Hey
cool.
man, and once again too, thanks again for like standing behind my record and seeing the vision and supporting it, because I feel like that message is very important, especially at a time like this and where we're at in life right now. It's like this is the time where we all need to speak up and try to make change. Unity is very important, you know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what color you are, just unity in general.
Man, look, coming through with the positive. I love it. I love it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Word with Ty Brownlow. I've been your host, Ty Brownlow. Remember, no one is worthless. No story is worthless. You can follow me on all social media platforms at Word with Ty Brownlow. If you don't want to do that, just go to my website, tybrownlow.com. Get this wonderful interview plus other great interviews. And man, Fame Holiday, we out, bro.
Hey. I appreciate you, man.
All right. Sweatshirt.
Yes, sir.
Look at
it. New merch. You can find it on my Instagram. It's right there. We're going to get you hooked up.